Welcome back, traders, to today's video, and happy new month, 1st of February, right? Sunday, the 1st of Feb. Now, this video is to support us for week commencing Monday, the 2nd of February. And the assets that we're going to be looking at is the same as we've always been looking at, which is going to be the DXY, EURUSD, gold, and NAS100. And the idea is to support us with our swing trades for that week. So with that said, make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you find the content useful. So in regards to the DXY, first things first, we're just going to do a brief little recap as to what we have going on with the DXY right now, okay? So as it stands with the DXY, in the last video that I did, okay, I highlighted this area right here. So this blue zone right here is what we highlighted. And I basically said that I believe that price was going to come down, right? So price was going to come down after it visited this zone, right? And that assumption, in all fairness, has turned out to be relatively accurate. I know you're looking at price going up, but in my opinion, price is going to be coming down. And the reason for price to come down, we can see in this area right here. Okay, so price is going to come somewhere into this zone and then move downwards. So I'm just going to get rid of all of this for now, right? We're going to get all of this for now, and I will highlight those areas for you, right? Highlight those areas. So I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger. Okay, this level right here we don't need for now, so we're just going to get rid of that. Okay, and what we can see in this area right here is that we have a bunch of FVGs that increases the probability that price will be making a visit to these zones, right? So we have an FVG here with a gap, right, that price has kind of tapped into, and price could easily go in and begin to push downwards. This is what I think is going to happen, right? This is what I think is going to happen, in my opinion. I may be right, I could be wrong, but only time will tell. So now that we know where the FVG zones are, okay, what I'm now going to do is I'm going to bring on the fib level, which is going to let me know how on point where I think price is going to go. How likely is it that price will visit those areas, right? And the area that I'm looking at for a possible pullback into would be this zone right here. Okay, so we may get wicks come into this zone right here. We may get wicks come into this zone right here, but I believe the main body is going to arrive somewhere in here, or maybe just under it. Okay, maybe just under it, but only time will tell in regards to that happening. Now, if that was to happen, this too will create an opportunity for us in EURUSD. So in EURUSD, this is where I will be looking. So I don't normally trade, for example, sorry, just went on a bit of a tangent, slight one. I only observe the DXY, but I will trade EURUSD, if that makes sense, right? So this move that we're seeing in here right now is going to support the move that we should expect from EURUSD. And before I move on to talk about EURUSD, I want to make sure that I highlight this zone for you guys, okay? So that would be this level right here and this level right here, okay? So that will be 98.29 and 97.65. These are the zones of where I'm expecting price to come into. Now, if price doesn't come into these zones, which is fine, okay, I will be expecting some type of correction to be done in this area where price will signal to us it wants to come down. So I may not even get this move up here, but I may get confirmation that price wants to come down, maybe somewhere in this area right here where price is right now. Okay, so that could easily happen, and this is something that I'm keeping my eye out for. So with that said, we're just going to get rid of all the stuff we don't necessarily need on here, and we're only going to keep the relevant stuff, the stuff that we do need. I'm going to keep the FVG, I'm going to keep the Fibonacci on here as well, because we might need that for later on. And overall, everything is looking perfect. And also remember as well, this zone over here is actually, no, that is incorrect. This zone, just double check. Okay, I'm going to go with this zone, but I could be wrong on that. So the zone of 100 is what we need to keep an eye on, right? Zone of 100 is where we need to keep an eye on, because any closes we get above this zone would most likely signal maybe a pullback into this zone and a push to this area right here. Okay, but if this looks like we're going to be going into that zone, then I will highlight that in future videos. But as it stands for our analysis for the week, so for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, at the bare minimum, I think this area right here is the area of interest for us. This area right here is the area of interest for us and where price is now, if that makes sense, right? So with that said, we're going to get off the screen for now, and we're going to jump into EURUSD. Now with EURUSD, we can actually see that price is getting into position, right? So of all the assets that we've looked at right now, EURUSD is looking like the one that is about to give us what it is that we're after, right? Now you may question this zone. You may be like, oh, you just put it there for the sake of it. But let's look to see what's actually going on in this zone right now, okay? What we can see is that we have an FVG in this area right here, okay? This is an FVG, right? The zone that I've highlighted sits right in the middle of this FVG, right? Sits right in the middle of this FVG. I don't expect price to come lower than this area, okay? And I definitely don't expect price to come below this level right here, right? So once price gets into this zone over here, I will just wait for confirmation to say it wants to push up, and only then will I lock in and ride price up to the upside. So of all the assets that I've looked at over this whole entire week, EURUSD is the one that's in position right now. All the rest are in limbo land, and I'll be explaining that as we move forward, right? I'll be explaining that as we move forward. So the analysis for EURUSD is relatively handled right now as to what it is that I'm expecting. We'll just find out if it's going to happen or not. If EURUSD is going to do what I think it's going to do, or if it's not going to do what I think it's going to do. And the levels that we want to keep an eye on for big decisions is on the low side, it's 1.15. And on the high side, we're looking at 1.20, right? So these two zones over here are the most important zones for us in regards to the behavior of EURUSD. That is, if you don't trust my analysis, you want to do more work on that to make sure that it makes sense to you, right? If that's your stance, those two levels there is what you're looking at, right? But however, if you understand my style of analysis and how I like to do business, you know that it makes more sense to be waiting over here for the push to the upside, where we get this whole thing at a discount price. So that will be my assessment moving forward in regards to what I'm looking for EURUSD. EURUSD right now is in position, and I would be keenly waiting to take my position once it gets to where it needs to get to, right? So now we're going to jump into gold, right? Now gold, in the last video, I gave out some warning signals as to how to behave in that space, because gold was moving like it wanted to do something crazy. So I said to you guys what you needed to be keeping an eye on. And what levels did I point at? What levels did I point out to you guys? I pointed at this level right here, and I pointed at this level right here, right? And that is the top, right, of Thursday's candle, right? So that's the wick measurement. Those were the areas that we were mentioned, that I was laying out to you guys to say, hey, if price comes below these levels, we obviously need to prepare ourselves for a push to the downside. Obviously, we was looking at this on a 4-hour, so you would not have seen that this was a wick, a daily wick that we was looking at. And that was something that I wanted you to go back and look at with your own personal analysis to make sure that it made sense to you, right? So on the Friday, we got this move downwards all the way down to the downside, right? And right now, gold has come into the zone over here, and we're waiting to see what that is going to do, right? Now, just to add, we're going to do a bit more work on gold, right? Just to make sure, because some people have been stung in gold. Some of them are still holding those positions, right? Even though they're looking at serious reds in their portfolios. So because they are, we're going to go in a little bit deeper to see the story inside of gold right now, to make sure that, should you be afraid and dump the whole thing and wait for a better opportunity, or should you still hold, right? So with that said, we're going to go to the 1 hour, because that's going to be the best one to look at right now. We're going to go to the 1 hour. And what I'm going to do on the 1 hour is I'm going to bring on my fib level. And what I'm hoping for my fib to show me is where we should be parked right now. Okay. So as we can see, gold right now has just left the zone, right? The zone of importance. And that is between the 78 and the 61 zone of the Fibonacci. So I'm just going to highlight this area out here for you right now. This is the zone that gold has gone into now. It's now moving away from that. Now, because gold is moving away from this level, okay, it doesn't indicate to us that it actually wants to push up. It could continue to fly down. So what we need is we need confirmation in this zone right here to say that gold wants to push up before we're able to tap in again to ride it up to the all-time highs, again, to another set of all-time highs. I actually think that gold is going to go all the way up to around 7K, right? So I'm expecting gold to make its way up to this level right here, okay? So with that, we're going to need this level over here taken out before we can do anything. And also we're going to need a confirmation down here to give us a probability that gold is coming up to this zone right now. Because regardless of how you want to look at this overall situation, gold is still bullish. Gold is still very much bullish. It is not bearish at all. Even though we've had this move come all the way down, gold isn't bearish. I mean, gold isn't bearish at all. Gold is still super bullish, and you need to understand that. So if you bought and you're down here and you're holding the red and you're unsure as to what's going to happen, okay, what we're kind of waiting for is we're waiting for confirmation in this zone to say gold is going to continue to push up, right? Now, if you do not have a stop, you need to have a stop in gold, and I'm going to put in where I will put my stop. So I'm not saying this is where the stop has to go. I'm just saying this is where I will put my stop if I was still in gold right now. And where I will put my stop, I will put my stop right here. I'll put my stop right here, right under these candles over here. And if gold closes below that level, gold, in my opinion, would have turned bearish, right? If gold closes below this level right here, in my opinion, gold has gone bearish, and you now need to be looking for bearish moves in gold. Now, in all fairness, the chances of that happening, in my opinion, is quite low. I think it's going to continue to push higher and higher and higher and higher for the coming days, weeks, and months, and possible years. This ain't going to stop, and I just think it's going to continue up to past 10K. In my opinion, I think this thing is just going to keep mooning. It's not going to stop. It's going to keep mooning. So if that has given you any level of reassurance, then I hope that I've been able to do that for you. Because like I say, this whole thing is still very much bullish, right? It is not bearish at all. And if you're holding the red, you now need to make a decision if it's worth you to hold. But because I've said what it is that I've said, it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm right, right? You have to also bear that in mind as well. I could be wrong and gold might fly all the way down, right? So now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's look at NAS. Okay. So NAS, as you can see in the last video that I did, I talked about feeling very optimistic because we had NAS in this position over here. Right, we had NAS in this position over here, and I was feeling very optimistic about that. But however, the move that I was actually looking for, which is a move in this area, we didn't get. So NAS is closed above this level right here, which was a 25,905, right? And it's now done a pullback down into this squeeze again. Okay, and this is where it's now residing. So in my mind, the things that I said I was looking out for remain the same. My views has not changed on that at all, right? Which is I'm either waiting for this level right here to be taken out, or I want this level right here to be taken out. Anything between that zone, I'm staying out of it, because this is basically a slaughterhouse where the vast majority of people are just getting slaughtered. Right, some of them are winning, but the vast majority are being slaughtered. I'm waiting for either this move or this move. If I get either one, I'm good, right? This is the best one. This move right here is the best one. Reason being is that it basically means that I'm getting priced at a super discount. So if you get NAS come anywhere into this zone over here, I am more than happy to be looking for pushes to the upside once I get that confirmation that it actually wants to do so. And then once I have that, we ride it up, we'll take out this level over here, and we'll be somewhere up here, and this will give us an absolute solid amount of profit if we're able to get this move. But up until then, NAS once again remains untradeable for me, and I'm staying away from this market until I get the confirmations that I'm looking for. Okay, so in a nutshell, just to round up this video, all the assets that I've talked about, with the exception of DXY and the Euro, are all in limbo land, right? So I'll be staying away from them up until I'm able to get confirmation that it is going to be giving me what it is that I'm after, right? So if you found this content useful, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all again on the next one.